but they're opting to go for the Alistair ban, which has been something pretty popular into Nautilus. We've seen a fair bit.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one for me, just because I think that Peter will be playing Nautilus if he can get his hands on it. Hasn't found that much success recently on the champion itself, but it just feels like a no-brainer to either ban it away or pick it up themselves. They are going to ban it away, though, and I wonder what that means as far as what Peter's going to take into this lane. It might be that we're looking at something a little bit more Enchanter-based, give Dindin a little bit more engaged towards the top side of the map, and allow Peter to go back to his roots in some of his, former Yuumi play and things like that. I hope he doesn't play Yuumi in this game, but you know what I mean, that sort of vibe.
The K'Sante ban, it makes sense. I feel like if I was Nongshim, I would have wanted to go K'Sante on 4 and then get counterpick for support, so you know what you're up against. If the Quandong Freaks go something more passive, you could pick, like Rakan would be really powerful, but they pick Rakan on 4, which for the team fighting is fantastic. A lot of engaged threat, which they need going up against a strong backline, but Rakan isn't the strongest laner. A lot of vulnerabilities that can be exposed, so I wonder if here Quandong Freaks just commit to like the Ashe and just go, okay, we're just going to win lanes so hard, you don't get to play the game. There is risk involved with that up against a Nocturne, but if the Nocturne ends up falling flat in its face or the bot lane falls too far behind, maybe they won't be able to bring it back through. Continuing with the anti-dive theme, Aatrox very popular when you know the enemy teams are going to try and get up close and personal.
Ooh, looks like it might just be
the Maokai support.
The Maokai support, and Maokai support has been picked almost specifically into Rakan.
Yeah.
Just because it's so good at utilizing the Bramble Smash to get him out of there if he does try to run at you and be all charming and stuff like that. Sejuani being the consideration, and this is a very popular team composition at the moment. We'll see whether Bulldog does use the Grasp tech as well on the Azir to just make everyone extraordinarily beefy. What this means for the Varus is going to be an interesting one, because I think that on hit gets a lot more value when you've basically got an entire team full of frontline. Yeah,
there's so many champions on the side of Quandong Freaks that can help create space for him, help lock people down, so I think on hit would make more sense in this situation. But I don't think lethality is really that bad, just because there are targets you can connect onto are a bit squishier. I think especially if a Nocturne's going to always be able to close onto you, it's just dealing with him once he gets there. I think on hit makes a lot of sense. And kind of going on what you said, the Maokai, we've seen him, was still a very popular jungler, but we've seen the support priority rising up.
Yep.
Picking the Rakan into it, it's a pretty rough matchup. One of the things Rakan hates more than anything is point-and-click CC, and that is kind of Maokai's thing, is the W into the Q. So Peter's going to find it difficult navigating these team fights when there is just the ability to lock him down quite comfortably.
But we also have seen that Maokai without resources isn't as dangerous as you may have otherwise expected, right? I think Senna Maokai has really shown that Maokai in the support role can be very, very strong, but he's still pretty squishy if he's just a support. And so we'll see whether that means that he is potentially also food for the Nocturne, whether Sylvie can get around the map and really cause some issues, because otherwise, I think left to their own devices, things like the Nature's Grasp can be so devastating, and like you say,
mirroring each other and how things kick off.
Yep, the full clear as Shifting Sands was used towards Call Me, so he's going to have to flash, trying to get out of a bit of that danger, as Dudu losing out on this trade. Has actually gone for the Conqueror this time around as well, just to try and do battle with this Udyr a little bit more. And we see with some of the other choices, namely the Comet, maybe a little bit of extra poke damage early.
Yeah, it's not fun playing into Udyr.
No. Dudu is demonstrating that that is exactly right. And there is the knockup. Actually, Andel not able to stop it. Okay, the Ignite is down. He might just be dead. We'll at least have to flash, I think, but no, there's the flash forward, and he flashes anyway. Disaster! Zeri picks up the kill for first blood. And now Bull, he's walking after them, trying to catch up. No, they really were. Oh dear. So that is a little bit of a whoopsie. Is Dundun, is this, okay. Okay, he's going to tank up a turret shot. Dudu going to go back home. Finding Sylvie as this battle for the Rift Scuttler is going to occur. Udyr doesn't exactly have the control, but Sylvie able to lock down that one. Weaver's Wall coming on in as well as Dudu. Going to be blocked out from this one. Great Emperor's Divide though, and that is going to be the kill onto Call Me. Flash from Sylvie will lock down one of his own as Dundun. He's booping, but I don't know whether it's actually going to get him any kills, so instead he runs really quickly and is just going to be able to press a whole bunch of buttons and be fine.
Yeah, and what started out like it could have been a mistake from Quandong Freaks, because
Oh, there's a twisted advance as Peter's going to be pushed back. Chains of Corruption is fantastic. I love the prediction from Bull. And is it going to be enough? No, it's not. First. That decided to go for the Rift Maker on the Udyr first. I think he was one of the more experimental Udyr players, as Cuz is going to find a Glacial Prison. And speaking of Dundon, he's dead. Yep. He's real dead.
And you can see
with the pseudo-globals that they do have available. Speaking of which, in comes one towards this top side. And there is the flash out. Peter not quite there in time, though, as Jiwoo skates over the wall. They find the knock-up, and it's Jiwoo that collects it. The shutdown gold going to the Zeri.
You know, initially it looks like a play where it's like, okay, it's the play-by-play. Just let him say that. Move on. Not me. I will reject that assertion.
And you're the one that always brings all the Chemtex. It's just a little bit sad, isn't it?
I am cursed.
Yeah.
Oh, much.
See what I said, 80%. Okay, Paranoia going to come on down here as right into the backline goes Sylvie. He's right on top of Bull. Not a whole lot he can do about it. And he's going to have to flash the wall. Does get out of the way, but Jiwoo is dead as well. Colmy takes down Bulldog. And Sylvie has at least continued to zone out the Varus. So a 1-for-1 is going to be the trade. And it's a dragon apiece. Kwangdong Freaks probably.
Reliable AP damage from the Azir. So definitely viable getting gold on that. And now looking for another bot lane gank.
Yep, that's going to be Paranoia used. I have a feeling Dudu's dead. He will be knocked up. And there it is. They just take down the turret as well. Bull now has an opportunity.
And now
Weaver's Wall. Bull in a little bit of trouble here as Chains of Corruption will come on through. Nature's Grasp is there as Peter looks for his opportunity, but he's going to get slowed down. And now Cuz they're on the defense. So Bull not even having to use his cleanse there, his flash was very, very dangerous. As Nongshim considering starting off this Drake.
Oh, there's a TP coming in.
Yeah. The flank angle for the Aatrox, that's a scary one, but they know exactly what's going on. Nature's Grasp will catch out one, and it's Dundon. So he can tank a bit, but not that much. The quickness diving into the backline is now Jiwoo trying to utilize the lack of vision on the side of the Kwangdong Freaks, but Bulldogs found him. Empress Divide after the flash, and they just execute the Zeri. Colmy not going to be able to get the seismic shove onto Cuz either, and that was a disaster for Nongshim.
Such a great angle for the GP to come in. The ward nearly expired, and Judu comes on the flank. It really forced Nongshim into an uncomfortable position.
About an opportunity, does not manage to spell shield the kitten. It's fine though. All right, it's out of turret on the top side of the map. The next thing that Nongshim are looking for, Nature's Grasp going to come down there as Seismic Shove will be stopwatched. Really nicely done, but it's not going to save Bulldog. He does get a really nice Emperor's Divide, but it's not really that Bloodthirster completed. So 3 items for the Zeri. That is big news. Kwangdong Freaks with full control of this Drake area. And all right, yeah, Weaver's Wall going to come down. Nature's Grasp coming in. Peter looking for that flank angle. Can they actually get anything done here, though, is the question. Peter dives over. That is going to be the steal on the Drake, but can they win the fight? Dundon is dealing with Dudu, and now they've taken out the tree. Sylvie is burning, but he's still alive. And Nongshim, they can just back away if they would like to. Still a few cooldowns left up and available here for the Kwangdong Freaks. So not going to risk it.
And this time, Judu teleported. I'm pretty sure that ward is on the exact same pixel as last time.
Yeah.
But Dundon was there to watch him, to track him, to block him from coming in for the flank, and the difference that made night and day. So Kwangdong Freaks not able to really find the advantage there. And
that's for what a champion should normally do.
That's valid.
All right. Sylvie actually going to avoid the smite interrupting the spell shielders. There is the wall, but no, he gets pulled back! And it's not going to work out now. Dundon, he's running for the hills. There's the Nature's Grasp. Doesn't get a lot of value as now Peter's on that flank angle. And you can see the Zeri wants to find a way in. They want to save this Udyr, but it's not going to work out. Sylvie and Dundon just lying on the floor. And now these theoretical flankers possibly caught out themselves. See whether Jiwoo can actually keep himself alive. There's the flash. He's going to have to flash out. There's the ulti as well. As Andil once again the target. The Emperor's Divide is just too good. And the Bloodthirster not enough to keep him up. And Kwangdong Freaks, I think this should at least be a Baron. They might even be able to grab the ace with a kill on to call me here. And there it is.
So well played. A beautiful shuffle from Bulldog. And that final bit, the flash slow from Bull. And then you see the little sapling.
Yeah.
Bottle up and get this slow to secure the kill. Quandong Freaks. We were saying the game was close. Not anymore.
Actually be scared of the Nocturne with a lot of magic resist, as now Nexus turrets are being shot at. Jiwoo does make his way back, but Nexus turret number 1 is down.
And they didn't even get the Aatrox.
Yeah, I would say that this has not been a great trade thus far.
You know, I think we should leave it to the space to analyze that one. I'm not sure we, in the moment, are ready to call whether that's a good trade or not. I think it needs further analysis. Maybe they can do a breakdown on whether that was weird for Nongshim.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, because then we won't have to talk about it. Bull throwing around some arrows here, as I don't think Soul Point is something that Nongshim really needs to fight for right now. Probably want to wait for some of these ultimates to be back up and available, namely the Paranoia.
Yeah. You know, I think...
hit by a cat. And now he might be in trouble. Bull chasing him down. There's the Paranoia. Bull may have overstepped, though, as ulti comes in from Jiwoo. Now just throwing this electricity into Dudu. Okay, Peter trying to cause an issue here as Nongshim. So far, they've done the most damage, but they haven't actually found too much more. That's a great ulti onto Call Me, but no follow-up there for Cuz. As Quandong Freaks, I think this is the most cool, calm, and collected I've seen them over the last couple of weeks. They just push them out, and they focus on taking control of the map.
Yeah, I mean, Sylvie, it's hard. Definitely. And that's why Nongshim really have to be cautious about potential Baron being started.
Yeah, the engage onto Dundun, but he's just not that tanky. Okay, Paranoia does come on down here. Onto Bull they go. Peter actually finds the knock-up. Dundun has already fallen down, but Jiwoo's been singled out. Skates over the wall. Emperor's Divide used this time onto Call Me, and cut apart is the Zeri. Sylvie and Peter wondering where the rest of their team went. I think they're going to go back to their fountain and watch their Nexus.
They're trying to try and save the game, and I don't think odds are in their favor.
I don't think it's looking all that good here, as Peter finds one of the knockups onto Arndil, his favorite target in these fights. And finally, Bulldog just decides that he's going to send the Sand Soldiers after them. One Nexus turret was in their way this entire time. 7,000 gold the advantage, and Quandong Freaks, they will find a victory in Game 1 of the series.